up, folks? See, we got some people coming in now. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I'm trying some new stuff with my setup today. What's up, Nick Bell? Thanks for the help earlier. Hopefully, this new setup we have going works smoothly for me. Got a new haircut too, so I don't know. I haven't had hair this short since I was very young. So anyway, let's see. Already had a comment. Sounds like the Elmsley we didn't get. What is that? Blake OMS? I don't know if I'm saying that right, man. Sorry. But no, this is not the Elmsley. But yeah, isn't the Elmsley nice, man? That's good stuff. Show the pod go some more Helix love with updates. Right on, masculine investor. Everybody's gonna know now. Here, let's put it right here, right there, man. Show the pod go some more Helix love with updates. Make sure we see this man's comment. Thanks, Paul Cooper. Let everybody see that. Not to brag on myself. So, thank you guys. We got a good crowd in here today, and I guess everything's working as it should because nobody's telling me they can't hear me or see me or anything like that today. So, that's awesome. Because you know how it goes sometimes. So yeah, today I'll give you like just a fair warning. This is kind of based on opinion. My stream today, I'm going to talk about what's going on with these presets that I use. But you know, I just picked something that I like to talk about because I think, in my opinion, these are like amp sounds that work with everything. For instance, if I have a gig. I don't know, man. Let's say you got like a cover band gig and you're gonna play like a variety of stuff. I don't like to be tap dancing a lot, and I don't personally I don't like to have like 35 presets for one gig. And I don't think it's necessary for a lot of gigs. So I like these kind of mid-gainish amp sounds that are not super overdriven, but also have a little bit of grit, and so it makes a sound that's more sensitive to your playing, especially just your volume on your guitar. So that's kind of where I'm going with this today. So I'll just jump in. As you guys heard when the stream started up. In the thread, so if you guys look up towards the top of the thread, this preset is on the custom tone page. Obviously some stuff going on effects wise there, so just to talk a bit about the preset, what's going on. One of my absolute favorite presets, let me hop over here so you guys can see the editor, the Line 6 Litigator. This has been one of my favorite amps since it was first introduced on Helix, so I'm really happy that it's available on both amps, and I've been using this preset. I've used this on both my Helix and my Podgo for numerous type gigs because it's just easy to work with. So let me turn this delay off. I've got the Searchlights reverb on there. I may leave it on for a second, and just so you know, I can't play without reverb. Just like that reverb, it makes everything juicier. Also, something to take note of, I do have the compressor on this preset. I went through a phase where I just really started understanding the value of compression. So I built a few presets during that time where I was making sure to use the compressor. Obviously, you don't have to have it on, but you do have that option on PodGo. You're always going to have those blocks available for a compressor, an EQ, which I currently have turned off, but we'll turn that on and check that out a little bit as well. So yeah, just going back to the compressor, I've got the red, and you can see mix is at 50%, sensitivity is a little below 50%, and it just it kind of helps with the overall idea that this is something I can control the rest of it sounds just with my own volume. Going down. Roll the tone back a bit to give it even more of a jazzy sound. I can just crank it all up to, wide open. I go back. I see you, Blake. Blake is dying for an update. Everybody take note. Blake wants an update. Blake, you might be getting your wish. You may get all kind of stuff, man. Rest assured that there's always something in the works. I like the PV Invective as well. I like all these amps pretty much. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at the amp itself, just so you see how I have it set. I've got the, here's the settings for the Line 6 litigator. So as you can see, drive is about halfway. The EQ, this is kind of not a normal EQ for me, but it's, I guess it depends on the music you're playing. Usually when I'm playing like just clean sounds, like for like a jazz gig or something, I'm Mr. Mid-range guy. I turn the bass and the treble way down to like 3 and have the mid cranked because that's what I like. But you know what? That doesn't always work. And this is a much more versatile EQ setting. So as you can see, bass and treble are both about the same, 6.5, 6.3. Mid is just a touch below. And I do like a good bit of presence, just because a lot of times I don't want a whole lot of high end, or I want to roll off the tone, and just having that presence helps you get a little bit more attack, or I don't know if attack is the right word, but it definitely gives it more of a responsive feel. I leave the sag and the hum alone on this, but bias, I think that bias setting is how the preset comes. So that's kind of what I'm working with as far as the amp settings. Not a whole lot of drive, but enough to have some grit when I dig in. Now, going over to the speaker cabinet, I've got this 1x12 Celestion, and I've got the 121 ribbon mic. Always a good choice. Probably if I could only have one mic, that might be it. Although I am fond of several of the other mics, but this 121 is just always a safe bet to me. So get rid of that reverb for a minute and just listen to the amp by itself. Maybe that's a bit too much grit, you know, so I want to back off of that. Now I'm a lot cleaner. That was something weird in Logic happening there. So anyway, yeah, the 121, I've got it right up against the amp. Early reflections, obviously, I don't want any of that. I want it to just sound like the amp. So I think it did a good job of getting that sound. Let's see, we talked about the compressor. Let's get a little more of that. Let's get some reverb going again, just to make me feel better about myself. Let's see, here's an interesting question from Mark Bergen. What are you playing out of for mains, i.e. headrush or studio monitors? So you may see some monitors here. Not sure if you guys can see behind me. I do have a set of Yamaha HS7s that I use on my home studio. I'm not using those right now. I'm actually using a set of old school M Audio, the BX5s. And I've had those monitors for 15 years probably. So that's what I'm using to hear myself in the room. You guys should be getting a direct signal, unless my room mic, I have a microphone here too, so sometimes the mic will pick up some, but I have it set to kind of duck whenever I play or speak so that the two don't overrun each other. So you should be getting mostly a direct sound right now. So hopefully that's doing its job. But just to answer your question, I'm using those current for this particular stream. I'm got my sound coming through some M Audio BX5s, and those are I don't think considered to be like super fancy monitors, but they sound really good. I've had them for years and they still work wonderfully. So if you take care of them, they'll take care of you. Hopefully that answers your question. But now get that nice reverb going. I did have some delay earlier. I've got just the simple delay. Let's go back to the editor here. It's not on right now, but I'll turn it back on for some good old saturated delay. So pretty good amount of sustain just there. But just for funsies, I added the Horizon drive to this patch. It's not on right now, but you know, if you need more, let's just maybe say kind of like dry up the tone a bit with these effects and throw on this Horizon drive. Still on my single coil. I forgot to mention that. I've been on the single coil the whole time. I've got a coil tap right here. I guess in my old age, I've just gotten to where single coils are what do it for me. They're just so dynamic, I feel like. So, you know, but if we want to throw in the Horizon drive and turn off all the delay and stuff and, maybe go to our humbucker, you get a pretty nice, just overdriven sound. And I don't even have this thing set up really high, so if we wanted to crank this bad boy up a bit. So, you know, even if you're on a gig where, I don't know, maybe a gig where you need some heavier guitar sounds, I think this litigator really does a nice job of covering that too. On 90% of your gigs, you know, and then of course just without that, and just throwing you know, my verb back to single coil, you know. Not too bad for you know, your country type sounds either. Position sounds really nice too with this single coil setting. So that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty cut and dry. We can experiment a bit, maybe see what we've got going on with the EQ here. I don't normally use the EQ with this preset. Certainly can, and we can. This is just the low high cut, obviously. So. I'm just playing around with the high cut here, all the way down. Maybe you like that. So enough about that one. That preset is just one that I created myself, kind of the highlight of this stream. And I posted the link to that custom tone page, so you can download this for your PodGo if you want to. If you hate this preset, let me know. Hey, what's up, Jake Stewart? Yeah, you noticed that watered down Pete Anderson solo there? I was trying to remember how that thing went, and I had to learn it recently, and I already forgot how it goes. Yeah, I wish I could remember it. That's such a great solo. Let's see, we had another question here. I think Nick Bell already got to it. What was that? Just tune in. What comp are you using? Yeah, Nick already answered that for me. Sorry, I missed that, Orlando. But yeah, thanks for getting that, Nick. Good to see you, Jake, my friend. You're a great musician, man. I'm always tuning in, bro. So to a couple of other amps that I just thought I would touch on that are in this kind of mid-gain type sound, or at least the way I have them set are. The first one I've got here is the Fullerton Bright. I don't have an overdrive set right now on this, although there is one in the chain. I've got the Dynamic Hall Reverb, which is a fairly new reverb, and it's so good. I love the Dynamic Hall Reverb. The 1x12 Fullerton cab with the 47 condenser, and this is stock. When you pull it up, it's going to be set like this, so no need to change anything. We can tweak it a bit though for the sake of conversation. And here's my settings. The normal drive is down to about 3. The bright drive is about 6.5. And I didn't mess with anything else yet, so that may be a bit louder. Sorry, since I haven't been messing with this dude, it may be set a bit louder. So it's too loud. Let me just bring this master volume down, or I'll bring the channel volume down. So obviously a little bit different flavor, but still you've got that gritty sound if you want to dig in. Just enough going on here to where I can, if I want to soften up with what I'm playing, I can turn the volume down. It's still, the volume on my guitar is still up, but a humbucker, roll off on the tone a bit, bring the volume down. Maybe we need more gain. So let's throw in the Minotaur. You cannot go wrong with this pedal, the Minotaur. about that that recording there. Logic starts delaying my signal sometimes, and it repeats itself. I swear I'm actually playing. Craig and Lisa says the Minotaur is so rad. Could not agree more, brother. It's awesome. And that's what we're doing right now. We've got the good old Minotaur here. And I do have this dynamic haul. Originally I had the mix up a bit higher, but I turned it down for the stream. But man, you know how reverb is. It's a slippery slope because you don't know it's too much until somebody tells you, because it sounds so good. But put it back on 30. I'm never far without my simple delay. That's not how I like to have it set, though. Sorry about that. Said it's easy to get too much, especially with that delay, but I'm digging that, and I haven't changed anything with my amp. I've just been adjusting how gritty my sound is with the volume on my guitar, or changing pickups. I am very partial though to this single coil. Let's see, let's get a bit of that luscious verb back in there. The Fullerton Bright. Let's check out one more. Let's look at this Grammatico Bright here. Just one that I've talked about before. Of Nate D. He is back, at least for today. So, another one here that I have. Got a little low end, but this one is just another example of something that's not super gritty. The bright channel, and I know that's kind of loud. Let me. If something is too loud or something, guys, let me know. that's super duper dry. I do have this EQ on, which let's turn that off. I'm liking that a lot already. But hey, let's throw in some distortion. Maybe this kinky boost. This is like a pedal that's similar to this stuff I'm talking about, you know? Interesting sound on that. It's kind of creating a little bit of a compression that's giving me almost like a volume swell on my notes, which I love. Really like that sound. It's kind of a fuzzy sound. So let's throw in a bit of verb, shall we? About this, throw in this dynamic plate. That's an interesting sound, but you know, let's try a different pedal. That pedal has a really distinctive effect on this amp. Also, I don't think I covered it, but if you're curious about the cabinet I'm using, it's the 1x12 Grammatico. I've got the 121 ribbon on there. This is just how it comes out of the box, so I didn't change anything. But yeah, back to this pedal. Let's try a different pedal. Although I really was digging that, but oh gosh, there's so many. What did I do earlier? The Minotaur. So let's try the Tima. Timmy. This is similar to the Minotaur. Perfect. I've got the decay turned way up here. And take care of that. Back down to 6. I didn't change the amp at all. Once again, an overdrive pedal turned on. that's the Tima that I had there. So let's see here if there's any questions I can answer. Nice comment here. Let's see, Craig and Lisa Dockstand. Probably go is likely all I'll ever need. I mean, with the modern technology, it's probably all a lot of us would ever need. I mean, you can do so much with it, and if you use it with something like the power cab, you know, you can even get a more interesting live sound because you can use an IR that's already in the power cab, and something about doing that when you're in a room with it, it'll move air more similar to a traditional amp. So, you know, that's a cool way to use them live. I may be doing that this weekend personally, but yeah, good stuff. Any chance of seeing a polyphonic synth being emulated like the Moore E7? Good question. Good question. Really good question. From the masculine investor. Maybe I should talk to you. Let's see here. Louise, do you not like using the IR or cabinet, the end of the chain? If you're talking about specifically like where it is, you mean something like this, just moving it. I don't necessarily have a preference. I don't normally do that, but you know, you can do that. Move the cabinet all the way to the end there. There's a difference in sound there. I don't know. You know, theoretically, when you move something around, you may get more or less saturation from particular sounds or from effects pedals and stuff, but I don't really notice a difference there, just in the cabinet position. So, you know, that's my take on it. Is there any way we could get flute type of sound tone using the Pod Go? That's an interesting question. I certainly can on Helix, but I haven't delved into that on the Pod Go. I'm thinking I would have to look, man, because I'm not sure what all synth models. It's been so long since I did that on Pod Go that I'm gonna go ahead and guess that right now I don't think you can, and maybe something that is only available on Helix right now, but I don't know that 100%. I'm sorry, I'm a bad Line 6 guy because I don't necessarily know that, but just from what I remember, I don't think you can. Another comment here, Pod Go with Catalyst is solid for small venues. Yep. Like I said, gonna probably do that tomorrow or Saturday on a gig I have. Either that or I'll use my Helix or my HX Stomp or something like that. But yeah. And I don't even, most of the time, if I can just go direct and use in-ears, I'll do that. But sometimes people want some stage volume. And the great thing about that power cab is that you can connect it to the board the same way as Helix, just run an XLR out. You don't have to mic it up. So I think sound engineers usually appreciate that fact. So yeah, good point. And yeah, man, so that's kind of a rundown of some of my preferred mid-gain sounds. I'll go back up here. The original, my mid-gain prog preset, if you guys are wondering, and this is the one that I have. The link is posted up at the top of the thread for this stream. So, you guys, if you like this sound, I think it's pretty versatile. Like I said, it does have some overdrive if you want to add it, and of course you can always change that out to whatever overdrive pedal you want. The Horizon drive may not be your cup of tea, so you know you can't go wrong with the Fatima or the Minotaur, and honestly, you can't go wrong with just like the 808, the Screamer. You know, it ain't broke, so don't fix it. But you started here, and I've got all my. That's about all I got for everybody today, man. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Looked like we had a pretty nice group the whole time, so I appreciate you all for hanging out. I'm glad we didn't have any technical problems today. Once again, the link to this is up there in the top of the thread. If you guys want some one-on-one time with any of our products that are out or questions, don't forget to go to our website and sign up for our Skype lessons. We don't have to be on Skype. We can use other platforms as well. But yeah, if you'd like some personal one-on-one discussion about any products with myself or my good friend Nick Bell, go sign up for those. And also, you guys, thanks for hanging out. Go follow me on Instagram, please, and go check out my music on Spotify and iTunes and everything else. Got some new music in the works too that should be out sometime this fall. So yeah, if you guys like progressive music or hard progressive rock-ish type stuff, go check it out. Your girlfriends will not like it probably. So hey, who knows? But yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks Nick for hanging out and keeping me straight, and thank you guys again for hanging out the whole time. We had a good crowd. I really appreciate it. Stick a fork in me because I'm done. Peace from Texas.